Hello everyone, I'm Jenny and I'm a librarian at the Milwaukee Public Library. We all miss seeing you at the library and want to continue to be a resource for you during this time while our buildings are closed. School is ending, which means that summer reading is here. You can sign up to join the Super Reader Squad at mpl.org and track your reading all summer long. And if you are not sure what to read next, we have new suggestions for you with our middle grade edition of First Chapter Friday. Today we are going to talk about The One and Only Ivan by author Katherine Applegate. Ivan is a gorilla who has lived for years in a down and out circus themed mall, and he meets Ruby, a baby elephant that recently has been added to the mall. And he decides that he must do whatever he can to find a better life for her. And we want to mention a special thank you to HarperCollins Publishers for giving us permission to do this read aloud. So let's begin with The One and Only Ivan. This is the prologue right on the first page when you begin, which I think sets the tone of how Ivan is feeling. Someday, I hope I can draw the way Julia draws, imagining worlds that don't yet exist. I know what most humans think. They think gorillas don't have imaginations. They think we don't remember our past or ponder our futures. Come to think of it, I suppose they have a point. Mostly, I think about what is, not what could be. I've learned not to get my hopes up. That's the cover page in the beginning, The One and Only Ivan, when you begin. And the book, I noticed, is dedicated to, it says, for Julia. And Julia is the name of a young girl who draws artwork with Ivan in the book. I like they also include a little glossary with definitions of different words that they have in the book. So, for example, he makes a lot of jokes about chimps because he's a mighty silverback gorilla. And he sometimes calls humans slimy chimps, meaning that they're sweaty and don't have any hair, like the mighty Ivan. Hello, I am Ivan. I am a gorilla. It's not as easy as it looks. Here's a photo of Ivan. Names. People call me the freeway gorilla, the ape at exit 8, the one and only Ivan, mighty silverback. The names are mine, but they're not me. I am Ivan, just Ivan, only Ivan. Humans waste words. They toss them like banana peels and leave them to rot. Everyone knows the peels are the best part. I suppose you think gorillas can't understand you. Of course, you also probably think we can't walk upright. Try knuckle walking for an hour. You tell me, which way is more fun? Patience. I've learned to understand human words over the years, but understanding human speech is not the same as understanding humans. Humans speak too much. They chatter like chimps, crowding the world with their noise, even when they have nothing to say. It took me some time to recognize all those human sounds, to weave words into things. But I was patient. Patient is a useful way to be when you're an ape. Gorillas are as patient as stones. Humans, not so much. How I look. I used to be a wild gorilla, and I still look the part. I have a gorilla's shy gaze, a gorilla's sly smile. I wear a snowy saddle of fur, the uniform of a silverback. When the sun warms my back, I cast a gorilla's majestic shadow. In my size, humans see a test of themselves. They hear fighting words on the wind, when all I'm thinking is how the late day sun reminds me of a ripe nectarine. I am mightier than any human, 400 pounds of pure power. My body looks made for battle. My arms outstretched span taller than the tallest human. My family tree spreads wide as well. I am a great ape, and you are a great ape. So are chimpanzees and orangutans and bonobos, all of us distant and distrustful cousins. I know this is troubling. I too find it hard to believe there is a connection across time and space linking me to a race of ill-mannered clowns. Chimps, there's no excuse for them. The Exit 8 Big Top Mall and Video Arcade. I live in a human habitat called the Exit 8 Big Top Mall and Video Arcade. We are conveniently located off I-95 with shows at 2, 4, and 7, 365 days a year. Mac says that when he answers the trilling telephone. Mac works here at the mall. He is the boss. I too work here. I am the gorilla. At the Big Top Mall, a creaky music carousel spins all day. The monkeys and parrots live amid the merchants. In the middle of the mall is a ring with benches where humans can sit on their rumps while they eat soft pretzels. The floor is covered with sawdust made of dead trees. My domain is at one end of the ring. I live here because I am too much gorilla and not enough human. Stella's domain is next to mine. Stella is an elephant. She and Bob, who is a dog, are my dearest friends. At present, I do not have any gorilla friends. My domain is made of thick glass and rusty metal and rough cement. Stella's domain is made of metal bars. The sun bear's domain is wood, and the parrot's is wire mesh. 3 of my walls are glass, and one of them is cracked, and a small piece about the size of my hand is missing from the bottom corner. I made the hole with a baseball bat Mac gave me for my 6th birthday. After that, he took the bat away, but he let me keep the baseball that came with it. A jungle scene is painted on one of my domain walls. It has a waterfall without water, and flowers without scent, and trees without roots. I didn't paint it, but I enjoy the way the shapes flow across my wall, even if it isn't much of a jungle. I am lucky my domain has 3 windowed walls. I can see the whole mall and a bit of the world beyond, the frantic pinball machines, the pink billows of cotton candy, the vast and treeless parking lot. Beyond the lot is a freeway where cars stampede without end. A giant sign at its edge beckons them to stop and rest like gazelles at a watering hole. The sign is faded, the color is bleeding, but I know what it says. Mac reads its words aloud one day. Come to the Exit 8 Big Top Mall and Video Arcade, home of the one and only Ivan, Mighty Silverback. He writes that all capitals because it's the announcement that the owner, Mac, always says. Sadly, I cannot read, although I wish I could. Reading stories would make a fine way to fill my empty hours. Once, however, I was able to enjoy a book left in my domain by one of my keepers. It tasted like termite. The freeway billboard has a drawing of Mac in his clown clothes and Stella on her hind legs and an angry animal with fierce eyes and unkempt hair. That animal is supposed to be me, but the artist made a mistake. I am never angry. And that's the first couple of pages of The One and Only Ivan by Katherine Applegate. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this book, you can find the electronic book on Overdrive or request it through our curbside pickup locations. More information can be found on our website, mpl.org, And more great books can be found on Libby and Hoopla or by searching the catalog. If you like this book, you might also enjoy another great read-alike called The Midnight Zoo by Sonia Hartnett. And of course, I want to mention that the One and Only Ivan film is slated to be released this August, in addition to the next book titled The One and Only Bob, being about Bob, the dog that's in this book, also written by Katherine Applegate. For more programs and resources, please visit our website and follow Milwaukee Public Library on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And thank you so much for joining us. Take care.